hard plastic chairs, number 2 pencils, an overly full Scantron, and an annoyed disposition. This is the reality we all face as children, and what the current batch of students is facing today. In the eyes of a child, these exams seem to go on forever and deal out nothing positive. With decades of analysis into state exams and SATs and ACTs, we now know this is fact. Standardized tests in the United States have negative impacts on all aspects of a child's education, and by the end of the speech, you will understand how truly awful these exams are. Now, like all of you, I've taken all those tests deemed necessary for academic success, like the California state exams, the SAT, and multiple AP tests. I have had my fair share of academic testing. Nationwide, children are subject to essentially fruitless and outdated exams every single year. American standardized exams are harmful to the integrity of our school systems because they are discriminatory towards many socioeconomic groups, ineffective towards the task for which they were created, and harmful to the quality of the education found in the American classroom. So you may be asking yourself, how can a test be discriminatory? Let's discuss. Standardized tests, especially the SAT and ACT, perpetuate inequalities in our society without concern for the diversities students may face. Race, for example, has a huge impact on your SAT score. This stems from generations of inequalities between white people and communities of color. The United States Census Bureau's study into the poverty status in the past 12 months in 2019 showed that the 3 groups most likely to be affected by poverty were Alaskan Natives and Native Americans, African Americans, and Latinos. This directly lines up with the College Board's SAT suite of assessments total profile report of the 2019 to 2020 school year, published on the 27th of September 2020. This showed that these 3 same groups scored much lower than their white counterparts. Now, poverty can create stressful situations and problems that cause obstacles for poor students. In addition to race, family income had a huge impact on SAT scores. For example, in the College Board's 2013 Total Group Profile Report, published on the 21st of April 2017, linked family income directly with SAT scores. In 2013, there was around a 130-point difference per category between the highest and lowest income brackets, or a 260-point total. In addition, the Princeton Review's SAT prep courses cost around $1,500, or $150 per hour for private tutoring. Now, lower income families can simply not afford this, so there is no effective way for them to raise their SAT scores. Not only are standardized tests discriminatory, but they also lessen the educational quality in the American classroom. Because of the importance of standardized testing, what is taught in the classroom is directly correlated with what is on the test. Pay for performance, or teachers with higher scores getting higher salaries, also perpetuates this as well. This motivates teachers to teach the test and only teach what is expected to be on the test, and not create a meaningful and deeper understanding of the course material. According to Donald Gratz's 2010 article, The Problem with Performance Pay for Performance asserts that academic achievement constitutes the full range of goals that schools have for their students. However, in corporate America, critical thinking and problem-solving skills, teamwork, and a good work ethic were also noted as highly valuable assets to employers, according to Gratz. Driving teachers to focus only on what shows up on the test in their classrooms simply does not build these priceless skills. American teachers are also inclined to teach to the test because of the test vagueness. This leads to extensive coverage of what is expected to be on the test. Now, teaching to the test means that teachers use items similar to what is found in the test to get their students' scores up in the long run, according to James Podham in his article Teaching to the Test, published on the 8th of May 2012. This practice is commonplace to raise students' scores. Teachers use this to get higher scores in the long run so they can get those higher salaries. Not only do standardized tests decrease the value of the American education, but they also are ineffective at the job for which they were created. Standardized exams were designed to test the academic achievement of every American student. However, they do not actually do this. Because of the time constraint, the tests do not actually test students' knowledge on each subject, rather they simply generalize the knowings of the student. According to the California Assessment of the Student Performance and Progress's FAQ page, published in 2014, the test currently used in all of California only takes around 7 hours and 30 minutes to complete, or around 3 hours and 45 minutes in total for each of the two topics, math and English. Now keep in mind that this does not even cover all of the core subjects that we learned in school. So how can a test claim to be comprehensive of a child's academic successes if it only covers two topics? Additionally, standardized tests rarely account for people's lifestyles and experiences outside of the classroom that may affect their scores. For example, according to James Potham in his 1999 article for ASCD's Educational Leadership magazine, a 6th grade standardized achievement test asked the question, a plant's fruit always has seeds. Which of the following is not a fruit? And gave 4 possible answers: apple, orange, pumpkin, or celery. The issue with this question is that it assumes that all 6th graders have equal knowledge on each of these foods. For example, imagine if a 6th grader doesn't usually carve pumpkins with his parents on Halloween. How would this child know that there are seeds in pumpkins? In conclusion, there needs to be change. The discriminatory, education devaluing, and ineffective natures of the standardized tests in the United States needs to be addressed. If not, standardized tests will continue to plague the American education at every level. Every child across the United States thinks that these tests are a waste of time, and today we found out that they were correct. Thank you for listening.